Hello everyone, welcome to slimwithus.online. My name is Craig, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a quick and easy healthy chickpea and spinach curry. Just a few handful of ingredients. Basically spinach. Rule of thumb for this is one large handful per person. I'm going to be doing this for 2 people, myself and my son, so this is 2 handfuls of spinach. And as the title says, chickpea. Versatile, very good for you, nothing wrong with them, including the water. We're going to bung it all in. Chili. I love chili. Chili is the spice of life. 1 red chili, medium. I've also got some chili flakes just to spice things up, because I do like my curries a little bit more spicier than others. 2 to 3 ripe tomatoes, 1 large onion. We've actually got 2 teaspoons of ginger paste and 2 teaspoons of garlic paste in here. Turmeric, lovely, mainly for colour, but it's a beautiful spice to have in your cupboard. Basically 1 teaspoon of this, and garam masala, 2 teaspoons of this. In addition to this, I've got salt and pepper, a squeeze of lime, some coriander for garnish at the end, fry light to cook with, and the rice. Okay, they're the basic ingredients for the curry. For the rice, I'm using brown rice. It's very good for you, brown rice. It's actually part of your carbs. You can alternatively use basmati rice or long grain rice, but because this is a healthy option today, we're going to be using brown rice. The brown rice can be a little bit bland. Today I'm going to be adding some cardamom pods, some cinnamon, and a couple of bay leaves to the water to boil it all together, just to give it a little bit more flavour. 70 grams per person, so let's go measure this out to start off with. Now the actual rice is takes the longest to cook, to be honest with you, and on here it says 22 minutes. So there are 2 methods of actually cooking rice. This is the absorption method. So basically, if you use 1 cup of rice, use 2 cups of water. Bring it to the boil, lid on, simmer it, and basically leave it until all the water has been absorbed into the rice. I don't actually use that method. I use method number 2. I put just water in there with all my spices, bring it up to the boil, taste it until it's basically al dente, and then drain it, leave it with a lid on top. So myself and my son, we basically want 140 grams of rice, cardamom pods. I'm going to be using 5 today. Couple of bay leaves. These are fresh bay leaves from my garden, and we've got a small stick of cinnamon you can put in. The cardamom pods, if you want to, I've got 3 and there's 2 whole ones. Crush them, just bruise them, and that also releases some of the flavour. Now, when you're going along and before actually serving this, if you can take these out, because not a lot of people like them in the rice. I don't mind them. I think it's got a lovely, fragrant taste to them. As I mentioned, I'm not measuring the water. I'm just going to bring this to the boil. And just before finishing, taste it, drain it, and put it to one side and wait for the curry. So let's start with the curry. I'm going to chop up the tomatoes. Anyway, really. Really want them into a little bit of a dice more than anything. So the choice is yours. Alternatively, you could use half a tin or a tin of tinned tomatoes. I like using fresh. I do like my vegetables to be a little bit chunky. Alternatively, you could put these tomatoes in a blender. Depends on how you like it. Chili. Now these chilies aren't that spicy, but I do like a little bit of a kick. So I'm going to be adding a couple more chili flakes. And the good thing with this recipe is you can adjust the seasoning and the spices to suit your palate, really. Nothing wrong with altering things to see what you actually like. Ginger garlic paste got to go in. The onion. Let's chop the onion. And again, the thickness of the onion is entirely up to you. I do like my onions to be a little bit chunky. Ideal. Okay, so let's begin with the curry. Grab your fry light. You just need a couple of sprays. Then get your onions in first. Fry those off. Oh, there's a bit of chilli in there as well. Don't worry about that. Once they're nicely fried off, we can add the rest of the ingredients. Get your chickpeas ready. Get your spices ready. You don't actually need a lot of turmeric. There's not that much spice to it, but it's got very, very good antiseptic properties and colouring to it. I've only just put one in for now. Two, garam masala. Remove the pips. Don't really want them going in. Nobody likes a bit of pip. These are browning off lovely already. keep them on the go. Don't want any of them burning. Very good, that's towards the end. We've got some seasoning, get that ready. As you can see there, browning off lovely. Grab a spoon. Put in your garlic and ginger paste. Give this a good stir around. Now you can add your spices. I'm taking this slightly off the heat. I don't want it to burn, but I do want the spices to cook out a little bit. Saves them having that little bit of a raw taste. Just need to cook them up for a minute. Okay, let's go in with the tomatoes and the extra chili. There's also moisture in the tomatoes. Lovely. Which will help the spices all cook. And mix in lovely. Now at this stage, add your seasoning, bit of salt and pepper. Good. Very good. Now you can add your chickpeas, including the juices. Okay, we'll bring this up to the boil and let it simmer very, very softly and slowly. Just adding in the lemon juice until your rice is cooked. 5 minutes before the end, stir in your spinach, just let that wilt. You can actually turn off the heat, just let it wilt in its own residual heat. This will be lovely now. Okay, rice is coming to the boil. So I'm going to turn this down to a simmer. And now I'm going to count 22 minutes from here, roughly test it, and once it's al dente, I'm going to drain it and put it back in the pan. Get my drainer ready. Going to cut the coriander ready. You don't actually need a lot of coriander, to be honest with you, so it's only for 2 people today. Stalks and all. Most of this will actually fold into the curry. And we leave a little bit left over for garnishing. The curry's bubbling away, the rice is bubbling away. We just need for the rice to cook and serve. Okay, we'll come back in 20 minutes when the rice is cooked and we're ready to dish up. It's roughly been about 20 minutes since we started the rice. Now it's time to put in the spinach into our curry. And as I mentioned, we've taken it off the heat. We just want this to wilt. So I'm just going to fold this in, and the residual heat from the curry will cook the spinach. That's it. Lovely. The rice is virtually done. And just leave that for a few minutes. Just to let that cook. Remove the rice. Get your colander. Now at this stage, I always rinse the rice, especially if you're using white rice, basmati or long grain rice. Because it will also remove any other starch that's left in and around the rice. And don't worry, this is not going to cool it down too much. And if it does, bung it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to take out the bay leaves and the cinnamon stick, which is by here. We don't want that. So all we needed is the flavour. And now get a nice dollop of this beautiful curry, and then a good serving of this fragrant brown rice. And to be honest with you, now I'm actually using some crème fraîche, low calorie crème fraîche. But if you wanted to make this totally vegetarian or vegan, then there's nothing wrong with using something like coconut yogurt or something like that. Just as delicious. It's lovely. And actually that crème fraîche helps with a little bit of spice, cools it a little bit. Add a little bit more coriander. Good, banging. You're going to watch me eat all this? Well everyone, that was brilliant. So I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please click the link below. If you want to have notifications of any future videos, please click the subscribe button. Until the next time, goodbye.